Breathe in, breathe out, man. We all gonna be good. We gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? So today I am at work on my lunch break. Decided to do a quick video for y'all because I'm feeling good today. Yesterday was my hangover day. I was hungover on a Thursday. Don't ask me why, but that's the case. And today I slept good and I felt like making a video. And I promised y'all a video. It's been a while, so let's get right to it. I cut my hair too. I don't know how I feel about it, but I feel like I'm gonna grow it back soon enough, but it is what it is. I took off my work polo. I don't want to give up too much sauce right now, but that's, I'm kind of wrinkly right now, white teed up, but it is what it is, right? So let's get to it, man. So Los Angeles, I'm currently in San Francisco, California, and I'm loving it, man. But every time I go back down to LA, I feel like, damn, I get a little bit of FOMO. Okay, let me back up a bit. To give y'all some context, I'm originally from Cerritos, which is a small city in Los Angeles County. Born and raised, I've been there for 18 years. I was in that suburb for 18 years. And, I came up to San Francisco to go to college, and I've been kind of just hanging out ever since. So I've been in San Francisco for like 5 years now. Just graduated SF State this year, a couple months ago, like 4 months ago, 3 months ago. And, I'm working now, got a full-time job, and I'm enjoying my time. And, I think that's what's more important, just making sure that I'm happy where I'm at currently. And I feel like, San Francisco is not a bad place to be. But just in the back of my head, I'm always thinking about, damn, should I move back to like Long Beach? Should I move back to LA? Because like I have a lot of friends who are still out there, or like that's where they're from too, obviously. So like whenever they're like home from work, home from school, or take a, just like to go see their family and stuff, they end up in LA. And I was just there 2 weeks ago for my boy's birthday, and it felt good to see all them and just like get back together. So yeah, and besides the friends, like I have my family's all from there too. I have like a solid support system, people that want to see me win in Los Angeles. So it's just kind of tough, getting up and just moving to a whole new city. Like it's only an hour flight away, but it's like a 7-8 hour drive, from San Francisco to LA. So it's kind of tough, moving that far away from your support system, but I'm making it work. And one thing I wanted to speak on real quick is the fact that, I moved to San Francisco when I was 18, and, my whole adult life has been out here. So I think that's kind of why I have this like gravitation to stay here, just because this is kind of where I'm finding myself, I was in the small town, suburban town in Los Angeles where I grew up. And, there wasn't like, obviously I was younger then, so I feel like coming out here just helped me like develop into my own person, my own adult. I got to do stuff that I wanted to do. I made new friends in college. I made new acquaintances. So it's like, just spreading my wings a bit. And, I feel like it's kind of early for me to just, I don't know, it would feel like a step backwards if I were to move back already. That's just my personal opinion. Obviously, like, there's nothing wrong with living at home or, moving back to where you're from. But especially if it's a place like LA, like I know a lot of people who, their life goal is to move to Los Angeles or California in general. So I'm learning to appreciate where I am currently, instead of always, thinking about what it could be if I move back to LA, like, oh, like I'd be doing more music, or I'd be with my friends, or like maybe I'll get into acting in LA or something like that, but it's just like, I want to appreciate where I'm currently at and just take advantage of the stuff that's around me at the moment, so that's kind of where I'm at in life right now. Some pros about LA, like I mentioned earlier, like acting and like music, the industry out there in LA is a lot bigger for that. People move from across the world just to, touch base in Hollywood or Los Angeles and get their career started from there, So, I'm into music, want to get into acting and just like working on short films and stuff. So that's like obviously a really good place to be, and I already have connections in that area. So just going back there would, it wouldn't hurt to like be in my hometown and around people who want to see me win and stuff. But I think my dreams to like find myself are prioritized than my dreams to you know um, necessarily be in the entertainment industry. Like my dreams to travel other places besides California are much stronger in terms of my desires than going back home and starting my entertainment career or whatever that may look like. Yeah, there's just a lot of opportunities in LA. It's way big. Like LA is huge, man. So it's funny. You could have like 10 people say they're from LA, and then they're talking about like 10 different, completely different areas, and like they don't even have any mutual friends. Like it's like it's that big to the point where saying you're from LA is kind of, it's just like, it's such a broad statement, because people from the IE claim in LA, people from fucking everywhere just claim in LA. But it's kind of even weird for me to claim LA. Like I'm from LA County, but I wasn't in like LA the city like proper for a long time until I got older. So yeah, it's super big, so that just leads to a lot of more opportunities and people to meet and stuff. And I think it's slightly cheaper than San Francisco. San Francisco, New York, probably the most expensive cities in the nation. So LA is still like top 5, I'm sure, but it's slightly cheaper than San Francisco, which is just something to consider when it comes to me wanting to move back. Another thing, San Francisco isn't that far. I am happy where I'm at, and like I said, I saw my friends 2 weeks ago, so it's not like I'm like in New York and it's like it cost me an arm and a leg to come back home and see my friends for a weekend. So in the grand scheme of things, I'm still in California. I'm not too far from my people, so I can, if I really wanted to make it happen, I can make it happen, come see them. But y'all need to come see me, man. I don't know what y'all stuck over there in LA, but talking about, oh, come back. Whole time you don't come to SF. What's up with y'all? Like, you know what I'm saying? We got shit to offer out here. SF's a cool ass city, man. There's so much shit to do in SF. I know it's such a small 7-mile by 7-mile radius, but so many little pockets, man. So many interesting people. Weather's decent. I like the weather out here a little bit better. I got into like my fashion. I stepped my fashion wardrobe up a little bit. I started layering up because in LA it's like warm most of the time, so you don't really have the opportunity or the need to layer up and like put that shit on, wear beanies and like scarves and stuff. So SF, gave me a chance to really like express myself a bit more through the clothing. And I could bring that down to LA, but the weather doesn't necessarily permit all the time. So here's a couple things. I'm kind of all over the place in this video. I'm kind of just like speaking freely right now, but here's a couple things that I don't like about LA and like that might keep me from going back. First is like the industry is like super fast paced out there, right? I know there's like levels to LA, there's different areas that you can reside in, but my main reason for wanting to go back would be to like take advantage of the industries out there, and first being like music, entertainment, acting and stuff. And it seems to be like, this is just my experience, like if you're not in one of those fields in LA, then like why are you there? It's almost like you could, because I could do what I'm doing now anywhere. Like I do sales right now. I don't have to be in LA to sell equipment, so I feel like the main draw for me to go back to LA would be to pursue music and entertainment or whatever that might be. So then that industry, like I'm realizing like I'm traveling so many other places, like that's not necessarily what I think life should be about. Just like I'm not like super, like I said earlier, my goals to travel are just deeper than or stronger than my goals to be in the entertainment industry. So of course LA has like beaches and like good weather, good food, cool people, like different pockets and different scenes as well. But I've already experienced most of that. Like I'm from there. I've been there 18 years, right? So my desire to go back is very thin, honestly, but it's kind of tough. I think the main reason I'm making this video is because like I just got back from there, and it felt like a visit, like a vacation. So obviously anytime you go on a vacation, you're like, damn, I want to stay here for a longer time. So yeah, every time I go to LA, it just feels like my time is too short. And then here's some things that I do like about LA, or just SoCal in general. I'm kind of shitting on LA right now, but I think SoCal is a cool place. Like, if I were to settle down a bit more, just because the Bay Area like housing market is like ridiculously oversaturated in terms of like, you get like a small house for like $5 million. You know, like you don't have much property space. And I think SoCal is just, they do a better job of like spreading out their real estate. So like, if you buy a house out there, you'll get more space for like less money, which is cool, you know. And I do have interest in like finance, real estate. I did study finance in college. So if I were to get a job in LA selling houses, doing real estate stuff, that would be the main reason I was even considered going back, instead of like the music or the entertainment stuff. I think the housing out there could be a good draw for me to get back into. And like I said, I have a huge like network out there already. Like, I have aunties and uncles who do real estate in LA. So, you know, I already have that lined up for me if I really wanted to. And yeah, like I said, that would be the main reason for me to go back right now. Because I started the 10K gallery. As you may or may not know, I would like post people's music, interview them. But I was LA based. So a lot of the artists that I met are like, yo, when you coming back to LA, like, let's do an interview, let's lock in. And like, yeah, like, obviously I had a fun time doing that, you know, and I was growing, and I saw like a lot of progress when I was out in LA. And, you know, the San Francisco Bay Area music scene is a bit different. But like I keep saying, like, I don't know if that's really what I want to do. So it's just kind of tough, you know. I feel like I'm kind of putting some people down, or not putting people down, like letting some people down, when I'm like, yo, like, I'm kind of just focusing on like other things right now. I'm in San Francisco. I don't really, you know, I think in-person interviews are a little better than the online ones. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I know that might be tough to hear for a lot of people who know me through like the 10K gallery and like just, you know, the interviews and the podcasts and the, you know, the digital marketing stuff that I did for a lot of artists in LA, you know. So trust me guys, I think about this like every day. This is like a daily dilemma of mine. So I don't know if I'm moving back to LA anytime soon. Definitely would love to keep visiting and just keep in touch. And if I do move back, I'd probably want to live in like Long Beach area, or just explore more. Like, I don't know. I really don't know. Everything's kind of up in the air right now. I just signed a 1-year lease in San Francisco. I got like 10 more months on that. So I got some time to figure shit out. And yeah, I'm just doing my own thing, just exploring this new area, finding myself. But I love California. That's the note I'm gonna end it on, you know. I'm still in California. That's never gonna change, I don't think, at least as my home base. Traveling the world. I'm trying to go to South Africa. I'm trying to go to Japan. And, you know, I just gotta reverse engineer my life in a way that like allows me to do these things for months at a time. So I'm not like at work, or I have to come back, or like just do weekend trips my whole life, you know. So am I moving back to LA? Who knows? I don't know. Let me take a breather. Let me get back to y'all on that one. But yeah, I appreciate y'all tapping in, man. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment. Let's get the conversation going. Should I move back to LA? Should I stay in SF? Should I move to Montana? Should I move to New York, Ohio, Turkey, Jamaica? Who knows? Talk to me. All right.